Welcome to Changing Your Narrative. Today's topic is to discuss celebrating the small things. That was a change in mindset for me. I lived my life till a couple years ago really just focusing on the large things in life. Did I get the job? Did I get promoted? Did I do this? Did I do that? And as I was going through the process in life, I never stopped to celebrate the small things, the small achievements in our life. And as I was walking this walk and made the decision several years ago to changing my narrative through the impact I had back in 2015 of losing my job and just everything coming to the forefront in my life, I will never forget the conversation I had with my counselor and best friend, where she said, "Joanna, could you just slow down and stop being so focused on getting to the large accomplishments and celebrate the small things?" Now, when she said that to me, as a child and as an adult, I was never taught that. Celebrate the small things? You gotta be kidding me. No one cares about them. No one is gonna see them. It's always about the glamorous and the big things on social media and, hey, I got this achievement, check the box. But throughout the process, there's so many small things occurring, and you can celebrate them. As I started changing my narrative, one time we were together discussing one of the pains I had, and it was related to my children. I was in a point where every time I talked about them, I would cry because of certain situations and challenges with my children. And it got to a point where one time we were talking about my children, and she comes out and says, "I could see the difference in how you talk about them today compared to a while ago, where you and your voice would be shivering about things you were worried about them, things that you were concerned about, and you couldn't even get all the words out your mouth. But look at you today. Today, you can actually talk about them without shivering. A strength is coming through your voice and your posture. I think you need to celebrate that, because you were not able to do that prior." And I remember when I left that conversation, I thought about it. And I said, you are right. I need to start celebrating the small things, the small achievements. That was a small achievement, but it was an achievement for me, because I was able to, one, talk about something that brought me pain. I wasn't able to fully express myself. I wasn't able to be vulnerable and share the story about my kids. I wasn't able to share some of my pain. But now I had strength to do it. And I could have kept going, and the conversation could have kept going, and never realized that that was a moment for celebration. That was a moment where I needed to stop and celebrate the small things. And throughout this journey of changing your narrative, I want you to seek out the small things. Maybe you have a conversation with someone that you could have never had before. You know what? Celebrate that, because that's a big achievement. That's something that you took the step to open up and have that conversation. Celebrate the achievement when you're able to talk in front of people that you couldn't talk to before. Celebrate those moments that, you know what, it's just you and someone else that see them. It's okay. I've realized that I still have large goals in my life, and I still want the large things. But at the same time, through the process of going toward those large goals that are bigger than me, much bigger, and require a lot to get there, I'm going to celebrate the small things. I'm going to stop at times and just say, hey, just laugh. I wasn't able to do this before, and now I'm doing it. I can't believe that I just did that. I would have never been able to do that years ago. I would have never been able to do this. And such as I'm here today doing these small, short videos, years ago, this idea came in mind. It's like, hey, start sharing your story. And I wasn't really ready. I'm like, who would want to listen to me on the other side? Like, really? Why would anyone want to hear all the stuff I've gone through? Because it's painful. And it's painful, and I'm going through it right now, and I'm dealing with it myself. But as I started these videos, I started celebrating the small moments, that I was able to share things that I would have never been able to share for you, to help you change, to help you continue walking through your journey. So as you're going through it, stop, celebrate the small things with your family, with your partners, with your parents, because this is a new you. Don't wait for the full transformation of you to occur. Celebrate along the way. Remember, you control and you're changing this narrative. So you can celebrate and be gentle on yourself and enjoy those moments of change. See you in my next episode.